Good morning, SBC. It is Tuesday morning, a beautiful day for us to be into our Father's world and about our Father's business, which is battle. The scripture tells us that we are to be fighting, and those things that we are supposed to fight are the unseen. Now, I know we live in a world that says seeing is believing, but the scripture tells us that our fight is not with flesh and blood. It's not with that which simply your eyes can see. The scripture says in Ephesians 6 that our fight is with authorities, principalities, and powers, with spiritual forces in the heavenly realms. Paul says it's not with flesh and blood. It is with the unseen things that this world carries. Now, I know, again, we struggle with that because seeing is believing, and yet it's not true. We believe in a lot of things that we don't see. When I'm hiking through the woods in my property, going around the pond or back up into the pines, if I'm in a state forest and the woods get really deep and really thick, you can hear the life in the midst of all those trees, but you can't see that which is causing the sound or the noise. Now, you may be able to recognize the sound of the bird call. You might be able to recognize the noise of the deer versus the squirrel. You may be able to separate out what it is that may be causing the sound, but you can't see it. You just hear it. And from it, you know life is there. This Sunday, we had somebody who came to our church, and she was in service with us. And at the end of the service, she came forward and she said, I just need prayer because there is a stronghold that has hold of my life. She was sharing not simply what she was going through in a physical form, but she was sharing what she was going through in a spiritual form. She wanted release for her soul, for her heart. She wanted release for that which is unseen. Now, she dressed like everybody else. She looked as good as anybody that came through the door. She looked as happy and as carefree as anybody you might meet on the street. But she knew in her soul there were things, forces that were taking hold of her life, and she had given access to them, and she needed someone to pray for her, to pray over her, and to pray against those things which are unseen. In this world today, I want you to look more than just with your eyes. As you stroll through the woods around you, whether the buildings or trees or the things that are beside you, you may see one thing, but you be listening for the other. And as you encounter that which is unseen, let the armor of God in Ephesians help you take your stand. We have been called to engage in service and ministry in our Father's world, and we have been called to fight the good fight with the armor that only God can give. Let's make it a great day, SBC, and I look forward to catching up with you again next week right here at Second Baptist Church.